Alrighty, here we go. First off, you have to watch yesterday's video for this video to make sense. You have to watch day one, so day two, because I'm going to go over some things quickly that you need to make sure you watch day one because I explain them further there. Alright? So, if you didn't watch yesterday's, go back and watch yesterday's. It'll make a lot more sense. Solving quadratic equations, day two. So now you'll notice I've got an extra step. We've got one extra step before the x squared. So just like a plain regular variable, I've got to get the x squared by itself. I can't do the square root part first. I have to get this isolated, then I can do the square root. So that's no big deal. We know how to do this. I see x squared minus 7. What's my first step? There you go. Add 7 to both sides of the equation. So now, plus 7 minus 7 is 0. So then I have x squared left over. 29 plus 7 is 36. What do I have to do to get x by itself now? What's the opposite of x squared? Remember from the video yesterday? I told you to watch it. That's right. The opposite of squaring is square root. And we talked about yesterday, again, you hear that a lot, watch yesterday's video. This is plain. X is 36 a perfect square? Can I have two numbers that multiply, that's the same number that multiply to be 36? Absolutely. 6 times 6, so I know it's 6 times 6. And what goes in front of all of my answers? The plus minus. All right, moving on. Number 2. I've got to get that x squared isolated before I can do anything. What's my first step here? Good. Minus 2 on both sides. Remember, got to get it isolated. Work from the variable side. What do we mean variable side? You guys know this. Here's the middle of the equation. The variable's on the right-hand side. I've got to get that isolated. I've got to work from the variable side of the problem. So 14 minus 2. Now, what am I going to do to both sides of the equation? Hopefully you see this and you recognize when we're going to do x squared. So, square root and squared, opposites, they undo each other, just plain x. 12. Is 12 a perfect square? Nope. So I need my factor tree. I need to break this down. What goes into 12? I like 2 and 6. You can do 4 and 3. 6 is 2 times 3. So when I look at this, I just need some scratch room here. I've got a 2, and a 3. Pair of 2s gets out. 3 left in. So I have 2 out, 3 in. And what goes in front? Plus minus. There you go. And finally, number 3. What am I going to do to isolate the x squared there? What does a number right in front of a letter mean? Means multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. Remember, we're doing opposites. So this is plus 2, so we subtract. This is minus 7, so we do plus. This is 5 times x squared. So the first thing I need to do is divide by 5 on both sides. Divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1x squared equals 8. How do I get x by itself now? Square root. So, is 8 a perfect square? Nope. So I need my factor tree. 2 times 4, 2 times 2. So I've got 3 2's in there. One pair of 2's is getting out. 1 is left in. And don't forget your plus minus. There you go. One step before the square root. Do the opposite or the inverse operation to get the x squared isolated, then do your square root step. If it's a perfect square, just write the answer. If it's not a perfect square, factor tree. Take your time, ask questions. Good luck.